Okay, people are texting us and my phone just vibrated and it like fell over. Okay, anyways, my question was, does it help or hurt Jim when he gushes about the mayor, the man who he is running against? And that's where my, like, I don't know, just like logical brain goes, is like, well, if he's so wonderful, why are you running against him?
Mm-hmm.
Is it to help him? Had Jim not run, could JC have won, or could Marianne have won? I would say Ignacio. He didn't show. I don't know why.
Yeah.
We missed you, Ignacio. I just couldn't wait to hear like everyday guy perspective from you. I don't think he's very political. Anyways, I'm getting off the subject. So do you think that helps Jim, or does it hurt him when he... I said gushes about the mayor because I feel like it's really gushy.
Well, he kind of did. I mean, I was waiting at one point, you know, from the Scooter's chair next to him. And it's like, so we've talked about, because he did lean into him.
We're going to go have beers.
Yeah, he did lean into him a few times, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think it helps. I think if you're running against someone, I don't necessarily think you have to bash everything they say. And I think it's okay to agree once in a while, but I think you should agree, but. I think it should be like, I agree with the mayor is doing, but I would change this because it would be more, it would be more impactful. It would help more people. You know, and the mayor's rebuttal to that would be like, do you know the budget? You don't know the budget. And there would be a back and forth that would be a lot more entertaining. But I think it would be genuine. It would kind of put everybody like where they stand by just agreeing with the mayor as much as Jim did. And I hate to say it, Marianne did it on occasion. She didn't do it as much, but Jim definitely agreed with him a lot. You got to go. Like, in my head, I'm like, why should I vote for you then? You know, because everything he is saying, in my opinion, the water park and you have the investors and this and that. Yeah, you need city help, but do you necessarily need to be mayor for that?
You have to be
I
the
don't.
mayor. Yeah,
I don't think so. I think
like
if there's an investor and the mayor and everybody comes to an agreement, whether it be on a cut on taxes or a cut on utilities or whatever they decide to help bring them in, well, anybody can do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I agree. I don't want to jump the gun, but who do you think? Is there a winner tonight? Like, I'll be honest, I'm going to toot my own horn because I just did not know how this was going to go. And I had so many people coming up to me afterwards and telling me I did a good job. And I didn't feel like they were being ingenuine.
I don't think so either, yeah.
Let me tell you, before we even started this debate, a person behind me taps me on the shoulder. She says, why are you calling this a debate? This is not a debate. And I was like, I'm sorry, excuse me? She's like, this is a question and answer session, which I'm not even sure how she would even know my the format or anything about it. And I was already a little, kind of on edge and whatnot. And
she hasn't been sleeping.
I haven't
for a few days.
I feel like it's for other reasons. Of middle age, ladies, menopause, you don't sleep. I don't know why. I don't know how I'm alive and existing with
I don't
the
either.
little.
And I don't know how you function like this because you did it really.
Thank you so much.
Well,
she kind of I had to and if she's happened to be watching, you really shouldn't do that to people before they're about
just
to
before
perform.
A show.
Yes,
it's like going on stage.
I have that luck. I was only in one play ever with you, and my first performance ever. I know this is off subject. Sorry, just a little bit about me.
But it's. But
somebody
context.
came after my very first scene I've ever done. She comes backstage
during a live performance.
It says, Missy, I didn't know I should have worked with you. Oh my gosh, you poor thing. And so I guess I've mulled over that enough in my head over the years that okay, bring it, people, if you're gonna deal stuff like that. And this lady, she did universe answered, and I think I conducted myself well, but that was not a nice way
It was
to begin the evening.
But you know, and
but anyway, so I felt like the winner. Like
you did.
In my book, I felt like a winner, not the winner of the night, but I felt like a winner for sure. But who on the stage did you? Who? So who are you going to vote for? I'm not asking that question. I'm saying like who on the stage do you feel like came out like if there was a winner? We didn't keep points or anything like that, but. Would you pick a winner?
How would you keep points at this? I don't even know how that.
Okay, so I felt like one of the candidates, like they would kind of get points in my book, and then they would say something stupid. I'd be like, nope, I'm taking those points away.
So I don't know. It's tough because it was funny because when I was leaving to go up front to make sure they let the help go and everything else, people were, oh, I thought so and so did so well. And
I'm
like.
Who are they saying?
Really? So somebody stopped me down the hall and said, I thought JC and Marianne did very well. And I think out of all four that it'll probably be between them. And they were being extremely honest and genuine. I'm like, so we have no skin in this whatsoever. Yeah. You know, so we're this is just, you know, they answered some questions I wanted to know, you know? And so it kind of helps me decide who I'm going to vote for. I didn't early vote because I wanted to see this.
Right, same. Did you, in your mind tonight, like after watching this, did it help you to lean to somebody?
It did a little bit, yeah, it did. Because I'll be honest, I was on the fence. I was on the fence about probably. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to divulge who I'm voting for.
Yeah, I'm not asking. Yeah.
But you know, I was on the fence between two candidates, right? And for me, one of those candidates did not perform well tonight. I don't think. I think the candidate was ill prepared, and just not. I don't think this was what they expected. Maybe I believe it would have been better if we had better.
Oh, the mayor.
Yeah,
the mayor texted.
I believe he would have been better prepared had he had prepared questions, maybe. Oh, I said he, so we know I'm not talking about Marianne now.
Okay.
You know,
you were leaning toward a male.
Now, Marianne really.
I thought she did.
She really surprised me. Again, I just wanna help these people. You know, for Marianne, I thought a highlight for her, which got reaction from the audience, at least from my deaf ears, was when she said, I could potentially be the first woman mayor running.
And even if you all didn't see that, you all watching this right now, if you didn't hear, just like, I don't know, it just felt like something in the room when she said, a first woman candidate. It was just like this vibe, of elation in the Loma. Right. And I was like, ooh, you go, girl.
Yeah, and I personally, I feel like she should capitalize on that. And we've talked about this ad nauseum almost. Like, there are some really
so after watching the South Park episode last night, I'm just like, I don't know.
Leave South Park.
No, but
you gotta leave South Park out of it.
Like, is that pandering though?
Okay, but
that's an honest question. Is that pandering?
Okay, hold on. I want to know. Okay, if anyone's watching, I want to know. I know plenty of strong, independent, political women in this city, in this county, who are extremely outspoken.
Tara Hadamil.
And Tara Hadamil being one, but I'm talking about others that aren't in politics, but whom are friends of mine who are political in a way.
We don't understand why they don't run for office.
Right. Very highly intelligent women. I don't understand. I'm like wondering, where are they helping Marianne get elected as the first potential mayor of Socorro?
I told you there was an event. I was invited to it. I should have went. And I just, I'm I don't know why. Why didn't I go, babe? It was on a Wednesday night.
Well,
Like,
I think you have been.
oh, I had a flight to catch the
Right,
next day.
right. It
Okay,
was
yeah,
rough. Yeah.
yeah. So,
And we were trying to put this
but
together, and you're trying to get
there was
away.
an event it was a women's event. You drink wine and all of that, and I have some social anxiety too. I'm not gonna lie. So like I don't know that, and I feel like when you're doing an event like this, like I just don't want to get too close
No.
to anyone or
We wanna seem as
appear like,
unbiased.
oh, we
Yeah.
saw her at that Democrat. And that was something else I don't understand why people are saying who's Democrat, who's Republican. Like I don't feel like that should be an issue with the mayor.
Okay, so it shouldn't be, but
Is it though?
So personally, I think it is. Personally, I think when they say there were multiple candidates up here, I believe all of them had said it at one time. No, I don't. I think JC may have been the only one that didn't say it. It's like, look, people, we need to get more involved with what's going on in Santa Fe. You know, I'm giving a nutshell version.
I was so
think
glad to hear
there was
that.
3 of them on here who said it. Multiple times said, you know, hey, what they're doing in Santa Fe is affecting us, and that's the reason why things are the way they are. I am not a political guy. I don't understand the laws half the time. Do I think there could be more done? I do. I think the hell with Santa Fe in some instances. I think just
Yeah, didn't Socorro
just-
separate at one other point? Some free
it's like
Socorro
free
or
state of
something?
Socorro,
Like, why
right?
don't we should just
So
do that
let's
again?
do that.
And
Yeah.
because Santa Fe is like its own planet.
For the mayor to compare, so it's like talking out of both ends, right? For the mayor to compare our raids to Santa Fe, I thought was, oh, come on, you know. For me, I did not think it was a good move for him. I know I believe there were some electric co-op people here who were doing a lot of this and a lot of this.
Oh,
and
Socorro Electric Co-op.
Yeah,
Can I say?
please.
Not to interrupt.
No, please.
Okay, so they had like a bunch of their people. They were sitting right in front of us.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, one of the guys, I couldn't see Marianne. I had to like look around this guy. It was a big guy. But they were, every time the mayor said something about the electric, the co-op was sitting there like this. I could tell he just wanted to jump out of his seat or grab my mic and say, "Let me tell you."
Yeah, there was, believe it or not, you know, if we have this opportunity again, I almost, and I know this is touchy in a bit, but I would almost search out people, for example.
Questions from the audience?
No, like very specific. Like go to the co-op and say, hey, do you have a representative who would like to ask the candidates questions?
Ooh.
And go back and forth
I
with the candidate.
So co-op, that would have been an hour long. It would have been an hour long. So I don't think you could hash out all of the co-op stuff like even in 5 minutes. Oh my God, it would be a wreck. I'm not trying to down your idea.
No. But I mean,
But I get what
maybe
you're saying.
Something
Yeah, instead
like
of just
that.
me like asking people's like their questions, which I hope I asked the right questions.
I think you did.
If you guys have any if we post this before we do our city council
Any
and school
positive
debate,
feedback, please.
yeah. Well, no. I'm not
Constructive
asking
criticism.
No, don't criticize. No.
I take criticism.
Okay, I do too.
I
okay, but damn it, like we did this out of pocket. Do not effing criticize me.
Yes.
This is a spendy little night for us, but we are doing it for our community, for you guys, and for us too, because we love it.
Right, and it's important.
But
I mean,
I feel like we're getting off topic though.
we are.
Okay, sorry. I have to do this with him at home too.
Right.
Okay.
The train has left the tracks.
You look really hot, by the way. Okay, sorry. That's another off topic. Okay, so.
Jim was wearing purple. Did you notice that?
Wait, why did you go to Jim wearing purple? Because you have on purple?
I'm wearing purple.
Are you sitting in his chair?
You know, it was the first thing I noticed.
I'm sitting in Jim's chair.
It was the first thing I noticed when he came in. I shook his hand. And
Are we really talking fashion right
and I shook his hand. I was like, hey, and purple looks good on us, right?
Oh
and I think it took him a moment to realize where I was going with that. And it's like, yeah, I thought, why not? You know, I was pleasantly surprised to see all the candidates dressed up.
Yeah, I was really happy
Because
in
at
that
the forum, I think the only one that was really dressed up
was JC.
JC.
Yeah.
And I thought it was bad move on the other candidates not to dress up.
Yeah.
But you know, I didn't go to the previous forum of the same one that you said you went to. And so there wasn't a whole lot of people that went to
Health forum.
the health forum.
Off topic again. Let's talk about our debate.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
You can edit.
Okay.
This
Okay. Maybe I'm not. I don't know how to edit. I'm thinking just to post it as is.
Okay.
Like just raw. Okay. Anyways, anything else like you
That stood out to me?
Stood out to you? Well, okay. I'm gonna have to say I didn't like it that Jim like kind of bitched about not having the time to answer the questions because like we had a lot to get through, and I thought that was. Like that's a moment I would have taken like points, and our audience was like not having it. He said that, it came off a little aggressive. I thought
it came off really aggressive,
a little scary. Aggressive.
It came off
like,
a little aggressive. Oh my god! And then for him to say you're not giving us because he was kind of blaming and attacking when
like don't attack the moderator.
They knew the rules prior to tonight, and then you told them the rules again. It's funny when you're up here. You agree to all those rules, and because I get that you agree to the rules and everything else, and then you come on here, and then you're under the spotlight, and then okay, now I got to get this out, but I got to get out more. And what you think is a minute is actually like 4. It goes by so quickly.
And we let them go over a lot.
We let everyone go over.
Yeah. And even before he said anything, we were letting people like finish up and wrap up their comments and stuff. Yeah. And I guess I'm just the kind of person like you do not have to snap at me. And I know he's probably like fired up because he's on this stage and stuff, but he could have very kindly said, I have this really great thought. Can I please just finish it? I wouldn't have been like, no. I would have been like, yeah, go ahead, Jim.
Or he could have done, I think, would have been another sided Jim that we've seen before, which is kind of smoky in a way, but it's kind of like, look, if I've got more to say on this, hey, give me a call, reach out to me, let me tell you all about it. Let's move on. He could have come off really professional and really classy that way and encourage people. I mean, how many people were here tonight?
Oh, I didn't count.
I would say
50?
Yeah, I would say about 50 people, maybe a little more. I don't know, right in there. But I would say, he said, there's 50 people here. He didn't know how many people were watching streaming, which by the way was 73 people. New Mexico Tech said
Socorro, that's a really good
We were
number.
excited about that, okay?
Yeah, New Mexico Tech said they never have that many people watching their live stream shows.
So for us, we thought we did good on this, right?
Yeah.
So that being said, I think he had a moment there to reach out, say, hey, get on my website. Let me tell you more about it.
He had a Mariah Carey moment.
He had,
Mariah Carey's at the, sorry, not to bore you guys, but
this is another train track.
Yeah,
moment,
it's train track, but you got to know it if we ever say
time.
Mariah Carey moment. So she was doing New Year's Eve. You can YouTube this. Yeah. It was New Year's Eve. And she was like lip syncing to a track, and I guess the crew was messing up her track.
The music was horrible. Something wasn't feeding or whatever.
And what does she do? She just kind of like.
She kind of half-asses her moves and was kind of
just kept talking as you could hear like the high-pitched notes like playing, but she's talking through it and just like complaining about the sound.
Yeah.
And we're like, she should have like stopped the music and said, I'm doing this a cappella. And just like gave it, and like we say, yes, that's why you're Mariah Carey. And I feel like
totally reinvented.
Yes,
and like everybody would love her. Taylor Swift.
People would be talking about that forever. But no, she instead used that moment to like complain and like, and so like I feel like Jim had a little Mariah Carey moment there, and I'm sure he was fired up and like the adrenaline is rushing and all of hard. That. But also, you
kind of show what you're made of.
Yeah, you show what you're made of. Yeah,
right.
And it's just like, okay, so if he's on city, like, the mayor, city council's trying to express themselves or somebody's, like, can he contain that, and not, like,
right.
But maybe he can. I'm not, it was just my little
Yeah,
I guess.
we wanted a little more. I think we feel
Yeah.
this way about all the candidates,
Yeah.
though, right?
Yeah.
I think of anyone who felt the most comfortable on stage, I would have to say it was the mayor for sure.
I think he lives for stuff like
I think
this.
he really likes this.
And
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to see him on the stage.
Yeah.
When he, like, I told him, hey, Mr. Mayor, we're gonna have a debate. Do you want to do it? And then I reached out to him about the clear the air moment.
Mhm.
I was like, hey, this is what they're saying. You can address it. You don't have to. I'm just letting you know it's what they're saying. It's gonna give you a chance to, like, when let those people know that are like, he's too old or whatever, or his health, like, show him what you made him, kind of thing. And his answer back to me, it was so funny, and I was just like, and that's why I can't wait to see you on the stage, because it was quick. Like, he read, I don't even know how he had time to read it, and he responded like so quick, and I was just like, oh, I can't wait to see what he's got going on the stage tonight.
Yeah,
so we're gonna have going
for not giving him any questions except for the clear the air, which there were a lot more clear the air questions that you had received, right? There were a lot more that.
So you gotta pick and choose, because some of that is obvious rumor,
I totally
bullshit.
Agree. But what I'm saying is for and I think you have to be prepared for some backlash, because there are going to be people who are going to be out there going like, you didn't ask him the really hard questions, a lot of them. But these people, I would say, and I could be wrong, but we have a business to run. I work in another business, and we'd like people to still come to the Loma, and we would also like to be able to do this again. And so we have to pick and choose. But I think for us to just almost even have the gall to ask any of the candidates a personal question that is just personal to them, I think it's kind of admirable. Well, even if it's just a small step, I think it's really admirable. I think all of the candidates are, for the most part, really open, and I think you could probably just reach out to them. If you've got that question you want answered, just reach out to them, because I believe they would probably
I think they're all super open.
Yeah.
Yes.
I definitely got that from tonight. If anything else,
the mayor candidates, yes. Yeah. Okay, can I talk about the debate coming up? So, city council, it looks like we're only going to have like 2 people on this stage. And if that's the case, like, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to put them against each other, because, like, there's how many positions open, and one's a new person, like, that wants to get elected in, others someone who's been there forever. And he was here tonight, Anton.
He was excited to be here.
Handing out his cards.
Right, which he asked me on the way in. I caught him on the way in.
I told everybody not till after the show, and he's like, here.
Yeah,
I'm like, I better not be finding any cards on the floor. But he's going to be here. And Joel.
Joel will be here, yeah.
But the whole, from what I understand why the other candidates aren't going to be here, is because someone kind of got to them and told them some bullshit and said, we're going to be attacking, and this person wanted to know my questions, and I want to tell them, and they're like, well, I know city council, and I'm just going to let them know, in so many words. That's how I took it. And maybe I took it wrong. I'll admit to that. But you heard the conversation.
I did hear the conversation.
Okay, and
but I think
and I feel like that's why they're not coming. And I'm hoping if they watch this tonight, they see where we got. I got a Missouri accent sometimes, and the way I talk or whatever, but we have some class too, and respect. We have respect for everybody on the stage, even though maybe we don't agree with them, or that's how we really feel, but we can separate.
Yeah, we one of the things when I think we started this is how important it is to try to remain as unbiased as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from here. I've been a resident here a long time. Left, come back. I left, I've come back. And all these years, I've heard a lot of different things, and so you kind of take it with a grain of salt, and you hear, around the water cooler, and it was important. Like, we have our own values and things that we would love to see change in this town. And I believe each candidate has the potential to make some of those changes that we would like to see. Is the follow through there? I don't know. That's, the mayor keeps bringing up the budget. And so I think he's right about that. I think it's so easy to say, let's just ship them all to the jail, for example, what Jim was saying. And the mayor's like, it costs us $100 a day. Is that what he said?
I think it was more. Oh,
it was $100
I feel like it was.
I think he said $100 a day. And so, again, it's something news to me. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think every time if we do these things more often, I mean, I'm hoping, I know it answers some questions I have, some questions I didn't have. And I'm hoping that there's more audience out there that has even more questions, that aren't afraid to ask.
There was questions I wish people would have asked. One of the questions I wish somebody would have asked, I mean, I guess I could have, but I wanted this to be about the people of Socorro and what we've been hearing. Yeah. And I did ask my one question because all of that had just happened yesterday. This guy just losing his mind in the Dollar Tree parking lot, and the manager, oh my gosh, you guys, you should have heard her pleading, somebody please help us. And I hated just even walking away from her. I wanted to give her a solution. All I could do is...
Yeah, she was talking to us, walking out the Dollar Tree, as in, we had other places to go, and she was just like still kind of pleading with us, they need to fix this, and like we have that ability.
I know,
we're just like you. We're just like you.
Messengers.
Yeah.
But I got away from reading my question. I said I was going to read it, and then they were just all looking at me, and so then I just started talking to them. A part of that question was, or was there before I got to the question, but. When we were there at the Dollar Tree, as we're talking to the manager, who is being very vocal, she's very emotional, she's almost in tears, didn't know if I should hug this woman or what. Somebody stole something right in front of us and walked out the store. And she threw her hands up and said, I can't do anything about it. Company policy says we can't do anything about it. I'd call the police. But they don't do anything about it. And these people know it. And so they come in here and do this. And there was another question I skipped over. Somebody had said something about the theft at Walmart. And they're afraid, what if Walmart closes? What if we lose Walmart? Because they have at least $1 million in theft.
I mean, that's,
and we've heard rumor that they had considered closing their doors because of the theft. And so, were you satisfied in...
I don't think anyone gave us a good answer. I
know the time is limited.
The only answer I thought was, I mean, I would love to agree with Jim and say, just send them all to jail and arrest them again and again and again. But I mean, if they're just going to be let out again, then it's like a joyride to the jail and they get out, and what's the big deal,
I feel like we don't have enough room in our prison system. And then probably not enough. You would have to build more prison, and then you're talking about getting more workers.
So I think the mayor said it best. I was like, is it a municipality thing? And we've talked about this ad nauseum. My opinion, I believe it needs to be this multi-pronged attack, right? I don't think you could just, let's solve the homeless. What does that mean? I think JC kind of touched on a little bit, that, there's drugs involved, or there's family issues involved. Okay, so now we're talking homeless, mental health, and drug.
Right.
And then, okay, so what else is there? Well, then lack of housing. Why is there lack of housing? Because, price of housing. I mean, I don't know if anyone's seen rent around here. I know I have a coworker looking for a place here, and he can't afford it. He's working full-time with me. Decent pay, just starting.
Oh, a homeless person starting a new job is not going to be able to afford rent.
No.
Maybe, I don't know, where would and even still, I don't think homeless people are going to probably go back to work.
No.
They're too mentally gone.
Well,
I would not hire a homeless person here at the Loma. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm very particular who I hire.
My boss would probably feel the same way. Okay, well, do we hire this person?
Right.
Probably not. They're on drugs or something. They've got some
Right.
mental
Right.
disabilities. Clearly, they need other help.
Yeah, I felt. Yeah.
I think the mayor's
Let's not
right.
try to
No, I
solve
think the
the
mayor.
homeless problem.
Well,
Let's
I
just
guess
talk
what I'm
about
saying is I
the
think the
debate.
mayor is right, and it's a difficult topic, and it really much too difficult to like. Okay, I'm gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
It is not that simple.
Didn't you see, like, when he gave his answer, he felt very genuine.
Oh, I think he is.
Like,
I thought, wow.
Like, damn it, I want to
I
do
want to,
something,
yeah.
but what can I do? But I almost feel like it would just take like some radical idea that he would have to put his position on the line for it to support and say, if let's try it, that's all we can do. Because there's been rumors that places like other towns drop their homeless people off here, and I've heard we used to do that here, but I don't know either.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I don't. It is tough.
Such a
It is
touchy
tough subject, and there is no easy solution. Now, I believe the mayor is right. I agreed with him, and I think there were some people here, even I believe it was the electric co-op people, who don't agree with the mayor. When the mayor said, if we house the homeless, it's just going to increase more homelessness.
I agree with that.
I could not agree more.
Because then they're going to
go to Socorro.
They talk to each other.
They go to Socorro. They support the homeless.
Yeah.
Which.
And they know each other, because like the transients, they do know each other. We've seen them. There was one show, I think it was a free show, and there's these two gentlemen that came in, which it's rare, like a homeless person will come into our free show.
Yeah.
But there was two one evening, and they actually sat and talked to each other after the show let out, and they were telling each other, like, yeah, I take a shower there, and you can go there too, and they'll give you a free meal, and so they do. Yeah, so I feel like that. Yeah, oh my god, it, like, I know Jim's talked about tiny home village. He'd be building tiny homes, like, I don't know, like, would we want a whole village of tiny homes for? No. But unless there's some kind of rehabilitation involved.
Once again, it would have to be this multi-pronged thing. You can't solve homeless you can't confront homeless without confronting the mental health, without confronting the drugs, without confronting. There's too many cogs in that.
Yeah, it's kind of a hard question for the candidates to answer.
That you can just say, "Oh, I'm going to do this, and it's going to be fine."
Yeah, it's really hard to like answer in 1 minute. So we just got a notice, 15% remaining on my phone battery. So
I have my phone. If
anything else about the debate? I think we are getting really long-winded. Yeah. We're like almost 45 minutes into this. So any other things you would like to
I think you did
say?
great. I think this was really a good, and I think the audience, at least to us, they seemed like they really enjoyed it, and they were happy we did this. I would have personally, I would have liked to have seen 200 people here. I will take the 50 or so that came in, and I know you were like not concerned about that at all. You were kind of like, hey, I'll take if there's nobody.
People
we're still gonna do
they
it,
come.
whatever.
If they don't, they don't. There's probably gonna be people pissed off because like, I didn't even know this was happening.
Right.
I don't know how to reach you all.
Yeah.
You have to get on our Facebook page. I didn't put it on our website because I just don't want movies
Business
and
alone,
politics.
right.
Like, I don't want people coming to look to see what movie, and then they're like, ugh, politics. Like, I won't do that with anything. The Loma's the Loma, but let's do some side stuff, you know, that it's good for the community. But yeah, maybe the city council interview or whatever is going to happen. I hope those guys come out.
Yeah. Anton seemed excited.
Yeah. Oh, good.
He did.
That's good. I didn't get a chance to talk to him.
He seemed excited.
That's awesome. Yeah, Joel's super excited, and he would be a fun one to.
I've been here a long time, and I always forget, and it always amazes me because I go to work, kind of tired. When I get out, I don't really see a whole lot of people, or people I do see. I don't realize who knows me and who doesn't know me. And 6'6", you think probably everybody knows me, but it always amazes me since we've done this. Some people who have come up, I'm just like, wow, honey,
we were at McDonald's and somebody who does not ever talk to Brian is like, hey, guys.
Existence. Now, Anton, you know, I've seen him a handful of times. I think him and his wife are really great people. I do. We don't hardly interact at all, but the very few times I have, he has been extremely nice. His wife is extremely nice and genuine, and so it was the same. Like he walked in, and him and his wife were just
they're like,
they seem so excited to be here, you know, and so glad we're doing this, and they dressed up, you know, and so this was like, I think this is a really great thing.
Yeah, so I do too. Thank you so much. I got to thank this man right here because he does not naysay me probably like he probably should.
No.
Like he's such a support, and you didn't really ring the bell. I had to ring the bell. Well, you kept the time, but I'm glad you didn't ring the bell because I probably would have. You probably would have rang it sooner than what I would have.
There was a lot of moments. I'm like, okay, they're moving on to a different subject now, so we're gonna just ding 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 ding. I'm a little more aggressive that way.
I don't want to get yelled at. No, I'm just kidding. I totally don't feel that way. Jim, you bring it, yell at me. I don't give a shit. Like, I got this.
We're thick-skinned.
We're thick-skinned. We are.
Yeah,
we are.
Gotta be.
So anyways, if you liked this video, I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe and all that. But
watch it.
Well, I know he said constructive criticism, but please be a little kind in it. And but if you liked it, like we'll keep doing stuff like this. We actually want to start a channel for Socorro. When that question about communication, we talk about that all the time. Like, how are we supposed to know what's going on? We want to start interviewing people in our town, in our community, and like, I don't know, just get to know people and record it and
the inner workings of Socorro.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, and so there's so much richness here, like with people. Yeah. Like you would just never know if they were standing behind you at the grocery line, like, oh my God, that guy invented the cloud at right. In like I met someone in the Walmart parking lot that invented the cloud.
Who lives here in Socorro.
Who lives here in Socorro. He works for tech. And he also like invented something with like Bitcoin or crypto or one of those. He told me and I was just like, yeah, right. And then I went home, I looked him up, I'm like, oh my God, there's his picture. That's him. But
it's amazed to me. I talk about this all the time, but I'm always amazed at people who somehow find themselves here in Socorro. Socorro is this weird magnet that draws so many amazing people, and some of us can't get out, throwing us out, and we'll keep coming back. But I don't know what it is, but I enjoy listening to those stories, and so it would be great if we could, bring some of these people on here and say, hey, this guy. Or this gal.
Or we can have conversations. We want to talk about movies.
Yeah.
Maybe more politics stuff. I don't know. Just whatever we think you might enjoy. We're not trying to get famous. It's not that. We just like doing this. Like I had a really good time.
I come home from work and she goes, hey, and then we start talking like an hour will go by.
Like we should have recorded this.
Recorded all this.
Like these were some really like great thoughts that we're thinking. No, kind of, huh?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
We should run for office though. I tell him all the time he should run for office because he knows everybody and he just, I don't know what, you don't want the headache or?
I don't know.
You got other fish you want to fry or?
Oh, maybe a combination. You know what? I'm working on personal stuff up here. So.
Oh my God. That's a whole other video.
Yeah, so one battle at a time. And then if I feel like politics next 4 years or so, maybe we both can do it. I don't know.
Yep. So
but anyways,
yes, thank you so much for watching. And put some comments in below your thoughts on the debate. I would love to know. I mean, I know we're going to find out from all of our friends and people that were here. And,
was the paper here?
Yes, Jessica was here.
Awesome. I noticed our radio guys weren't here.
Well, I didn't invite them personally.
But the fact that neither one of them just showed up to
I was
watch
kind of expecting someone. Yeah. But we're not going to.
Neither one of them.
But hold up. But people have stuff going on besides what we think they should do. So, yeah.
Steve, just listen to what
Steve, where were you?
And Reese. Where were you?
Reese, come on now. No, no, we're just teasing.
We love them both.
We. Oh my God, be careful.
We do though, right?
We do. We're not supposed to.
We're not
apparently,
supposed to. Right.
But there's like not very many people we don't love though. So.
It's kind of funny actually. We don't have anyone over at the house at all. But
oh my God. Okay.
If we did, we would have people at our house all the time.
Probably. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching this, and maybe we'll see you again after the city and school board debate. I'm more nervous about the school board debate than I was this mayor thing. Okay.
Really?
Oh, there's so much shit hitting the fan, babe.
Oh,
yeah.
You mean what's in the news and stuff? Yeah.
Yep. So, anyways, okay. Thank you. And I'm Melissa. This is my husband Brian. We are with the Loma Theater. He is also your friendly butcher over at John Brooks. So
right.
Best meat ever, and like literally, like I'm not just saying that. I can't say we're the best movie theater ever, but
we're the best movie theater in town.
In town, yes. And we love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. And bye.
Good night.